Welcome to our presentation today regarding upcycling in the food industry. My name is Lori, and I'm a faculty member in the Science Department in the School of General Education. This presentation is part of our National Nutrition Month activities for 2023. The theme this year is Fuel Up for the Future. Here are the learning outcomes for our presentation today about upcycling in the food industry. We're going to define the term upcycling related to food, identify examples of foods that have been upcycled, describe the benefits and drawbacks of upcycled foods, and identify some companies that offer upcycled foods. One of the issues that is present in the United States and the world is food waste. Food waste is estimated to be 30 to 40% of the entire U.S. food supply. This equates to about 1 pound of food waste per person per day. Food is the single largest component taking up space inside U.S. landfills, making up 22% of municipal solid waste. So what is the issue with food waste? Food going into landfills generates greenhouse gases, which is estimated to be about 11% of the world's emissions. This includes gases like methane, carbon dioxide, and chlorofluorocarbons, which all contribute to global warming. Food that sits decaying in landfills also produces nitrogen pollution, which in turn can cause algae blooms and dead zones. Interesting to note that the most wasted food type in the United States is bread, with 38% of all grain products lost every year across the country. As consumers, we tend to throw away bread because it is very susceptible to becoming stale and/or moldy. Milk is the second most wasted food, with 5.9 million glasses, or nearly 20% of the total amount of milk produced, being wasted. We as consumers may pour milk down the sink as it smells bad, or perhaps the dating on the label. About 5.8 million potatoes are discarded each year. This includes consumers discarding them for appearance, such as having visible sprouts, turning green, becoming soft, and even appearing wrinkled. And Americans throw away huge amounts of fresh produce. More than half of all fruits and vegetables grown in the country is wasted. As consumers, we may throw away produce because it is deemed too ugly or spoiled to eat, amounting to over 60 million tons of fruit and vegetable every year. There are many places in the food supply chain where food waste may occur, and not just from consumers. The root problem is complex and multifaceted. The food waste that does come from our individual American homes is estimated to be about 43% of the total food that is wasted. In our individual homes, food spoilage, whether real or perceived, is one of the biggest reasons we throw out food. More than 80% of us discard perfectly good consumable food simply because of expiration labels. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, a best if used by or before date indicates when a product will be of best flavor or quality. It is not a purchase or safety date. Restaurants, grocery stores, and food service companies also contribute to the food waste, about 40% of the total food waste. Interesting to note, about 30% of food in American grocery stores is thrown away. Farms can also be part of the food waste issue at around 16% of the total food waste. Food loss at the farm level depends on many uncontrollable variables, including the type and quality of the crop, the market price, weather conditions, and of course, consumer demand. And finally, manufacturers contribute to food waste at about 2% of the total. Human error, including lack of standard operating procedures, and poor training are the main cause of food waste. Food that is associated with a food allergy, such as peanuts or gluten, is often wasted due to manufacturing lines that need to be run several times to produce an allergy-free product. And of course, new product development creates food waste due to the production processes that manufacturers must go through to coordinate correct volumes and quality. So the question becomes, what can we do about food waste? One solution to the food waste issue that is in its infancy in the food industry is upcycling of food. You may ask yourself, what is upcycling? Upcycled foods are where companies use ingredients that otherwise would not have gone to human consumption. The goal is to help mitigate food waste by using byproducts, using produce with visual imperfections, using food scraps, and/or using surplus food to make new food and/or other products. This, in turn, will help to reduce putting agricultural leftovers in the trash or in incinerators and landfills. Ultimately, this will help to reduce greenhouse gases. Instead of the food waste is going to come right back onto our dinner plates. Now, as you can imagine, there are definitely going to be some challenges with this idea of upcycling. Some of these challenges may include the lack of a consistent supply of upcycled ingredients. We have to save and gather all of these leftover food ingredients and get them to a place that will actually upcycle them. Right now, there are limited supply chains to get these waste products to the upcyclers. Another issue is being able to maintain the quality or freshness of these leftover ingredients throughout the product lifecycle. Areas such as lack of temperature-controlled environments or hygiene procedures and limited transportation modes in the supply chain to reach those upcyclers is definitely an issue. A major concern can also be with consumer acceptance. Consumer acceptance regarding the quality of ingredients that might be used in the upcycled food product. This includes the appearance, because remember, most of us eat and select food using our eyes. And of course, consumer acceptance of the higher prices can reduce one's willingness to buy. Understandably, the prices on these upcycled products is going to be higher due to the additional costs involved in the process to make the upcycled foods. There's been a growing interest of using these food waste products and upcycling them. Let's take a look at some of the companies that have upcycled food ingredients to actually create new edible products. Perhaps you have heard of these or even purchased these products. First, we have a company called Regrained. Their story began with home brewing. The company found that every 6-pack of beer brewed left 1 pound of usable grain. According to the Regrained website, the brewing process takes the sugar out and leaves all the good concentration behind. So this company developed a patented technology in conjunction with the United States Department of Agriculture that returns this remaining concentrate of healthy nutrients back to consumers via a supergrain. In turn, they take the supergrain and they make products such as baking mixes, pastas, puffs, which are a snack item, and various kinds of bars. Now, if you're interested in checking out Regrain's products, you can go to their website and order these products online. Next, we have Planetarians. Planetarians takes whole cuts of plant protein from brewers' spent yeast and soybean meal. These plant-based proteins then go through a process of high moisture extrusion, which replicates, creating the appearance and texture of conventional whole muscle meat. This process in turn uses lower energy input, minimal waste discharge, and ultimately a higher quality texturized product. The end product has the umami flavor with the barbecue color. When compared to animal meat and plant-based meat made from texturized vegetable protein, this product has a lower carbon footprint and less water usage. But one thing to remember about this product is it does contain soy and gluten, and so there could be allergy concerns. This product is primarily sold directly to food service establishments such as restaurants. So if you come across this product, that is the most likely place that you're going to run into this as an alternative to an animal-based product. We can't forget to talk about the Ugly Company. This company actually turns ugly, discard-worthy fruits and makes them into pretty, dried, and diced fruit packets. Some of the fruits that they have done this with include white nectarines, kiwis, cherries, peaches, and apricots. You can go to their website and you can purchase the products online at their website. These are also available via Amazon, through Whole Foods, and then many of your retail grocery stores such as Hy-Vee and Kroger. Next, we have AQUA Botanical. As you know, water is getting to be a scarce commodity. Here's a company trying to squeeze water out of fruits and vegetables. This company actually is an Australian-based company. So we know that fruits and vegetables naturally contain water. When fruits and vegetables are pressed to extract their juices to make various products, a large amount of this water is produced and may be wasted. So AQUA Botanical takes this water that they call evaporative condensate and turns it into water using their patented technology. The end result is a sustainable and renewable pure drinking water. You can purchase their product online, and if you live in Australia, you can also purchase it at Woolworths supermarkets. Next company is Blue Stripes Urban Coca. One area that is heavily involved in upcycling is using the whole coca seed, including the shell, the fruit, and the bean, as opposed to only using the fruit or the bean. The traditional way has always left the shell as a waste product. But Urban Coca now uses all parts of the coca seed and turns it into cocoa water, chocolate bars, energy drinks, and a wide variety of snacks. Again, you can purchase this product at their website, also at the Food Service Direct website, and if you live in California, you can find this product in Thrive Markets. If you're interested in upcycled foods, here are a few other companies that have products you might be interested in. You just gotta love these names. We've got Spudsy that takes sweet potatoes and makes them into snacks. We've got Fancy Pants Baking Company that creates upcycled cookies from okra, the nutritious pulp left over from tofu and soy milk production, from the coffee cherry, from the husk of the coffee bean, and from the nutritious pulp left over from oat milk production. We have Wise Monkey, who takes coffee leaves and turns them into tea. We have I Am Grounded, uses the coffee fruit and makes snacks. Can't forget Rind, they utilize the whole fruit, including the rind, and turn it into fruit snacks. And I love the idea of seconds. They take those ugly carrots and turn them into crackers. If you're looking for more information about upcycled food, you want to be kept informed about upcycled foods, check out the Upcycled Food Association. This is a nonprofit group that was formed in 2019 to organize this concept of upcycling food waste into edible food products. The organization has recently created certification standards that they launched in 2021. As part of the certification standard, they also developed a logo that producers can use to display on their package and show shoppers how they can also help fight food waste. The logo, as seen here, is black and white with a small green leaf, and this would indicate that at least 10% of the product's ingredients by weight have been upcycled. According to data from the Upcycled Food Association, about 496,000 tons of food have been prevented from becoming waste via upcycled certified foods just in 1 year, which in turn is the equivalent of more than 1 million metric tons of carbon dioxide. The number of products and ingredients certified is expected to grow at an annual rate of 15% over the next 10 years. And according to the grocery data from SPINS, we already have about 224 products and 85 ingredients that have become upcycled certified in 2022. And overall sales for upcycled certified products grew by 21% between 2021 and 2022. Food waste continues to be an issue in the United States and the world. Upcycling food ingredients is one possible way the food industry can work to reduce the amount of food waste that occurs in processing. Over time, there's going to be new food items with greater accessibility and acceptability for all of us. Will you be ready and willing to try upcycled foods? And here are some of the references that were used to create this presentation for today. Thank you all for listening to this presentation about upcycling food in the food industry.